Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and others. So, Danny Docile tagged me. Well, he didn't tag me personally, he tagged everyone who happened to, read his status update on Facebook, basically, or who watched his video. Although on his video, he actually said, person who is reading this, do one. I'm not sure how to take that, to be honest. But when I got over the feeling of being insulted, I decided to make a reply video for the first time in my life. Now, as you can tell, I'm recording this with the inbuilt camera and microphone on my computer because I am technically not very well versed at all, and any extras would confuse me and possibly lead to a power outage. Anyway, might as well get on with the questions then. So, number 1. What time did you get up this morning? I got up at about 10:30 this morning, which is good for me. Usually it's sometime in the afternoon, but I actually managed to sleep last night, so that was a nice little bonus. How do you like your steak? Well done. Now, not well done to the point of incineration, but no pink. No pink. No thank you very much. What was the last film you saw at the cinema? Oh, this is mortifying. I don't go to the cinema very often. So the last time I was actually at the cinema was just before last Christmas with my two best friends, Caroline and Tricia, and for some reason we went and saw The Rise of the Guardians, which is actually a children's movie, featuring people like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and I don't know, apparently they have to save the world or something, and they're helped by Jack Frost, who I have to say though, for an animated character, was worryingly attractive. So, yes, that's one of many mortifying admissions that I'll make. What's next? What is your favourite TV show? There are a lot of good TV shows around at the moment. I like Suits. Suits is good. And then the very shallow part of me likes things like Come Dine With Me, which is just awful, really. I mean, the state of most of the people on that show. So I probably fit in quite well. But, yeah, I'll go with Suits. That's less mortifying. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Well, right now, I would probably say Berlin. I've lived in Berlin for a year before now, and, well, had to come home for, well, various uninteresting reasons. But I adore Berlin. Everything about it. The people, the buzz, the history, the culture, the nightclubs, the bars, the cafes, everything. I'd go back in a heartbeat. What did you have for breakfast? Pills? No. No, I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm only, well, actually I've been up nearly an hour by now, but just haven't got round to it yet. I rarely have breakfast, and if I do, I don't have much anyway. So, what is your favourite cuisine? Well, my initial thought when I saw this question was, well, meat. As long as there's meat in the meal, it's a meal. And then I thought, well, I better give a better answer. So, actually thinking about it, probably German, because they love their meat. I mean, they've a million kinds of sausages, and then they have their schnitzels and their pork, and then for after their cakes are the best in the world. So, German. I love my carbs, as you can probably tell. I just noticed my face looks incredibly red. I have no idea why. I haven't been up to anything. Why is it so red? That's shocking. And also, I know I said I'd shave for the occasion, but of course this morning was when my shaver chose to die. So I suppose I'll have to leave the house and deal with that later. Oof. Anyway, where was I? What foods do you dislike? I'm not that picky of an eater. I suppose if I had to choose one, probably seafood. No, no, no. No, no, just the texture, and anything with a really fishy taste. In any sense, no. No. Ugh. Favorite place to eat? Eh. See, there aren't really that many good restaurants where I come from. There are plenty of restaurants. But even the ones that are thought to be really good by the people who live here, they're not actually that spectacular. I suppose the most consistent one is a restaurant called Isaac's on McCurtain Street. They have a small enough menu, but what they do very well. So we'll say there. Favorite dressing? I suppose they mean like salad dressing, not like a dressing that you have on a wound. Cause so favorite dressing. Is Caesar's? Is that a dressing? Caesar? Yeah, that's a dressing, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. What kind of vehicle do you drive? A non-existent one. I can't drive. I would be the world's worst driver, seriously. I would freak out the second I was in the driver's seat. I'm just far too nervous. I hate being in control of things like that. I let other people deal with that kind of thing. I mean, I would be terrible. I mean, the death rate in the city would go up about 300% before I had even left the driveway. Seriously. It would not be pretty. What are your favourite clothes? Well, I'm not really that bothered as long as they're comfortable and don't look too atrocious. We actually got a summer in Ireland this year for once, which was nice, so I bought a lot of new things with lots of different colours. I like some colour. I don't like to be like all monotone. So yeah, anything at the moment, anything colourful, summery, and comfortable. Yeah. Where would you visit if you had the chance? Iceland. I've been to Norway, Sweden and Denmark, and I'm going to Finland in 8 days' time. But I'd love to see Iceland. I mean, even just from people I know who have been there, from what they've told me about it, it just sounds like the most fascinating and amazing place. So it's definitely on the list. There's a long list, but Iceland probably tops it at the moment. Cup half empty or half full? That very much depends on my mood and who I'm with. But generally, if I'm with friends, then it's half full. I'm much more positive around friends than I am around family for some reason. Anyway. Where would you want to retire? Well, that's a bit extreme. I mean, I know I'm not young, but I'm not that old. How rude. I don't know. Probably somewhere sunny like Gran Canaria or the south of France. Somewhere like that. For now. If I were to retire right now, which would be a bit extreme. Favorite time of day? Well, this is funny because I much prefer it if my sleep is sort of the right way around and I wake up in the morning. I feel like I'm going to get more done. However, when I am awake for a lot of the night, I get an awful lot done then. So I prefer the morning, but I seem to be just as productive, if not even more productive, in the middle of the night. Okay, where were you born? I was born in Erinville Hospital in Cork City, and I think that hospital has been closed since. Anyway, what is your favourite sport to watch? Well, I actually, as it happens, watch a lot of golf, and that it's not really by choice. It's simply because I am the only one in the family who doesn't play golf. Everyone else plays golf and is rather good at it, especially my sister. So whenever there is golf on TV, which seems to happen alarmingly frequently lately, I sit down and watch it with them. At the beginning I hadn't a notion what was going on, but now I can actually have discussions about it as if I know what I'm talking about. So it's all just seeped in. So I don't really have a favourite, but the one I end up watching is golf. Oh, well, I won some money betting on it last week, so it can't be that bad. Who do you think will not tag you back? Well, I'm not going to tag anybody, so... So who... You know... If someone ends up tagging me back anyway, that'll be a bit alarming, quite frankly. Person you expect to tag you back first? Well, nobody. I mean, someone can if they want to, but like I said, I'm not tagging anybody, so they can't really tag me back, can they? Who are you most curious about their responses to this? Well, anyone who replies, really, it'll be a surprise. And I'm sure it'll be a pleasant surprise. It may confuse me initially, but I'm sure it'll be a pleasant surprise should anyone respond. Bird watcher? Am I a bird watcher, I suppose? Well, not really. We do have a bird bath. We do have a bird bath at the bottom of the garden. So I look at the birds who fly in and out of there and give dirty looks to the pigeons who turn up and try and spoil the party. Are you a morning person or a night person? Well, as I said, I prefer to be up in the morning, but I seem to function just as well at night, so... Do you have any pets? Yes, we have a dog called Cooper. He's a rescue dog. He's a cross between a collie and... No, not a collie. Yes, a collie and a terrier. His mother gave birth in a field, the slut. Any new and exciting news you'd like to share? Not really. I passed my latest university exams, which was quite nice. And I did a lot better than I thought I would. And as I said, I'm going to Helsinki in 8 days' time. To go on a cruise from Helsinki to Tallinn. Though when the boat arrives in Tallinn, we're not getting off, we're just staying on board and having a party. So that should be fun. What did you want to be when you were little? Several things. Doctor, nurse. I don't know why I'd be the world's worst doctor. If I was in a bad mood, you'd be screwed. I'd be like, oh, did I amputate the wrong leg? Oh, silly me. But the thing that I remember most wanting to be, and what I still want to be, and I'm still studying towards, is to be a teacher. That's all I want to do. Teach. What is your best childhood memory? I have a lot of good childhood memories. Childhood was good. I mean, life is still good. But, lots of things. Various family holidays abroad. My best childhood memory. I won a poetry reciting competition when I was young. Only got a silver medal though, because the winner gets silver medal, second gets bronze, and if you come third, you only get a certificate like everyone else, which is a bit cheap. But winning the silver medal was good. Cat or dog? Dog person. I mean, I like both, but yeah, dogs. They're more fun, and they seem to appreciate your presence more. Cats tend to just sort of give you a dirty look. Are you married? No. And not likely to be anytime soon. Always wear your seatbelt? Yes. No exceptions, no excuses, just yes. Been in a car accident? Not that I can remember. No, I don't think so. Unless it was such a horrific accident that it wiped my memory on it. But I don't think Any pet peeve? Oh my lord. I have so many. I'm not even going to start. I have so many. I mean, if it were up to me, half the population of the world would be dead, because if there's something I don't like, my response is, oh well, they should just die. It's terrible. That's awful. I shouldn't have admitted that. I've probably incriminated myself. But oh yeah, plenty of pet peeves. Favorite pizza toppings? Well, if I were to order a pizza somewhere, I'd usually get chicken and bacon on top. But ham and pineapple is nice too. Favorite flour? I don't really know that much about flowers. I mean, there are some out in the garden that I like a lot, but I haven't a notion what they're called. They're little and they're blue. They're nice. And roses are nice. That's a bit kitsch, I know, but roses are nice, especially if I'm receiving. Favorite ice cream? Well, chocolate, obviously. That's not a question. Favorite fast food restaurant? It pains me to admit that it probably actually is McDonald's. And I'm sure it's due to something they put in the food, because now and again I get these really strong cravings from McDonald's, which I know is just terrible. But yeah, McDonald's. How many times did you fail your driver's test? Well, 0 actually, because I never took it. Because as I said, I know it would be a complete disaster. Have to scroll down, excuse me. From whom did you get your last email? From a friend of mine in Switzerland, Eliana. Because I'm going to meet her and a few other friends in Vienna in October. And we're just starting to plan what we might like to do and see while we're there. So, from Eliana. Which store would you choose to max out your credit card? I suppose they mean in which store would you choose to max? Because I don't want the store itself to max out my credit card. Like, I want to be the one doing the maxing out. Which store? That's tough. I mean, it would have to be somewhere worthwhile. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say Tesco. Even though I wouldn't have a problem. I mean, maxing it out in their off license, I could do that. It doesn't take much to max out my credit card anyway. I do not have a high limit. I don't know, actually. I'll have to think about that. I might get back to you. Or probably. Do anything spontaneous lately? Booked flight. I seem to do a lot of travelling. I booked flights to Gran Canaria, as it happens. I'm going to go there for a week in November to escape some of the winter, because November in Ireland is not a cheerful experience. I told my sister what Grindr was last night. That was quite spontaneous, but she didn't really seem to appreciate my imparting of that knowledge. Like your job? Sure, 'tis grand. I'm a translator. I translate various things from German to English for a marketing company. And, yeah, it depends what you're translating, I suppose. Where am I? Broccoli? Would I like some? Well, I suppose, do I like broccoli? Well, it's fine. I have no strong feelings one way or another. If it's on the plate, I'll eat it. If it's not, I won't be distraught. What was your favourite vacation? Ooh. That's very tough. The one that I have the most endearing memories of is probably when I went to Amsterdam with the aforementioned Trisha and Caroline and their friend Moraid. It was a very messy weekend, and I was so ill after it, but we had such a good time. I mean, we were a complete disgrace, but we had a good time. Last person you went out to dinner with was actually my sister and my mother and my father. Last weekend, we went to an Italian restaurant and it was very nice. What are you listening to right now? Well, the sound of my own voice. And I actually don't have a particular song in my head, which is unusual. Usually there's the most random things playing in my mind. But right now, no. Just my own voice, which I'm getting sick of. What is your favourite colour? Blue. And more of a deep blue. Light blue just looks cheap, I find. So, but blue. How many tattoos do you have? That'll be a 0 and will most likely remain a 0. How many are you tagging for this quiz? I've already been through this. Nobody. What time did you finish this quiz? Well, right now it is 11:43 a.m. Coffee drinker now and again. Especially if I'm trying to stay up. Because of course, nights where I actually want to stay awake all night or that bit later, I feel sleepy. So then the coffee comes in. And if I happen to meet someone at a coffee shop or something, then I have like something with coffee in it. So, that was it. Heavens, that was relatively painless. For me, anyway. I mean, anyone watching this is probably losing the will to live at this. 21 minutes I've been going on that long. Crikey. Anyway, yes, so that was my reply to Danny Docile. So, I wish you all a productive and a fabulous day. Ta-ta!